Hello everybody and welcome to the Famous Matches of Magic channel. This is the finals of the 2021 Legacy Championship Tournament held on Magic Online. One of three, and this one is for the Sylvan Library painting. This matchup is between the BadLuckBandit piloting Blue-Red Delver and Nevilshute playing the Doomsday combo deck. Before we head down to the matchup, let's take a look at the deck lists. The Doomsday deck is all about, you guessed it, Doomsday. It has only one win condition, and that is the one Thassa's Oracle. It has to cast a Doomsday, which will get it down to just 5 cards, then draw everything, cast the Thassa's Oracle, and then win the game. Now, this deck really has only been good ever since the printing of Thassa's Oracle. It used to win with a Laboratory Maniac, but really Laboratory Maniac was not good enough to win and just too fragile, but the deck has become a powerhouse with the winning of Thassa's Oracle. Many lists will play 2 Thassa's Oracle, but he chose to only play 1 Thassa's Oracle. And the newest addition to this deck was the printing of Consider in the most recent Innistrad set. Now this can cast a Consider, which will mill a Deep Analysis into the graveyard, which will then allow it to sacrifice a Lion's Eye Diamond to pay for the flashback on Deep Analysis. So the printing of Consider was some new tech, and it's going all in on Doomsday, and it will even play Personal Tutor, which can just search for a Doomsday to put it on top of its deck. Now this also has Dark Ritual to get out a fast Doomsday, so this is all in on Doomsday, and the weakness of this deck is the fact that the only action spell in this deck is Doomsday. I like Doomsday a lot more in Vintage, but he has made it to the finals. So let's take a look at what BadLuckBandit has brought to the table. Now, Blue-Red Delver is definitely the most popular deck in Legacy right now, ever since the printing of Ragavan. Ragavan is just such a powerhouse, getting to steal cards off the top of the opponent's deck. It will not surprise me if it is banned in the near future. There are just so many good 1-drops in blue and red right now with Dragon Rage Channeler Ragavan, and he only plays 2 Delver of Secrets. It just shows how far we have come these days. It has all the good 1-drop cantrips in Ponder and Brainstorm. It has the Permission Enforceable in Days and Murktide Regent. The printing of that is just such an amazing card. So let's see if the popular Blue-Red Delver can take down Doomsday. Let's head down to the match. So Doomsday is going to be on the play here, and he has a pretty good hand with a turn 1 Ponder, and he keeps the extra land there, and he has a Dark Ritual and a Doomsday with some permission backup. And the Blue-Red Delver has exactly what he needs with a turn 1 Ragavan and a Mishra's Bauble. Mishra's Bauble is just a good cantrip, and a Mishra's Bauble is in the Blue-Red Delver deck. As for a Dragon Rage Channeler, it is good to get a different type of card type in the graveyard. But he does go for the Dark Ritual and a Doomsday with the permission backup. With that Doomsday resolving, he is able to put a Street Wraith on top, and he has a Force of Will, a Daze, and he is able to put a Cavern of Souls to make the Thassa's Oracle uncounterable. It is inevitable that game 1 is going to Nevilshute. Doomsday is going to be able to overcome a turn 1 Ragavan. This is looking very good for the Doomsday player. So we are going to watch him win with the Thassa's Oracle and then go on to game number 2. BadLuckBandit will be on the play for game number 2, and the Doomsday player has a Dark Ritual and a Doomsday, but he does not have any permission to back it up. Once again, the BadLuckBandit has a turn 1 Ragavan, which is exactly where he wants to be. Nevilshute has a Brainstorm, which he wants to set up the cards that the Ragavan will be able to see, but the Ragavan player gets to daze it so that he will be able to see a fresh card and see if he'll be able to steal something good off of Nevilshute's deck, and he does not. He just sees a land off the top of his deck, but the blue-red Delver deck has another creature in the form of a Dragon Rage Channeler, and then he goes for a Brainstorm, so he's just getting such good card quality off the top of his deck. And Nevilshute just has 3 Dark Rituals, and multiple Dark Rituals are just not really good from a Doomsday player. All you really need is 1, and he is just drawing blanks, the Doomsday player here. Lotus Petal is also not really good. So he, for some reason, is not going for an early Doomsday. He probably should have just gone for it, but he is not. So he has just 1 Doomsday, and his opponent drew a Duress off the top of his deck, which is really bad, which he is probably going to get his Doomsday Duress off the top of his deck, which is exactly what happens. And Nevilshute draws a second Consider, and he considers and he sees a Street Wraith off the top of his deck, which he puts into his graveyard and draws a Bloodstained Mire. Now his opponent Ragavan's a Ponder off the top of his deck, and that is enough for him to concede. And we are tied 1 game each. Nevilshute is on the play for game number 3, and he just sees a Junker, no land. On 6, he sees another Junker, and he keeps another no land with a Lotus Petal and a Street Wraith. He cycles it, doesn't see a land, plays a Lotus Petal into a Ponder, praying to see a land, and thank God he sees a Flooded Strand that he keeps. He plays the Flooded Strand and goes for another Ponder. He gets an Underground Sea and ponders and does not see a land. So let's see, he is going to decide to keep that Dark Ritual here, but it is really not looking good here. So he keeps the Dark Ritual and passes the turn. And dear God, his opponent once again has a Ragavan, and he duresses rather than going for the Dark Ritual, and bam! The dagger! The Wasteland! He kept a 1-lander, and bam! The Wasteland is going to take out his Underground Sea, and he knows he has no lands on top of his deck, so seeing that Wasteland is just a killer, and there goes the Wasteland. He decides not to cycle the Edge of Autumn as it is worthless, because then he would just draw a worthless Deep Analysis and his Ragavan would get to see something better, but he does not have and he lands, and he just draws another useless Pact of Negation. It is not looking good for the Doomsday player, and the Delver of Secrets flips off of that Brainstorm, and the Ragavan and Delver of Secrets get in there, and then he gets Thought Seized, and it looks like Blue-Red Delver is going to win the Sylvan Library painting. And congratulations to the Bad Luck Bandit for being one of the 2021 Legacy Champions. Thank you for watching the Famous Matches of Magic channel. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of the Vintage and Legacy Championship videos. Also, check out our other playlists in the Famous Matches of Magic channel documenting some of the best matches in the history of the Pro Tour. Thanks again and have a great day.